Alright everyone, this is how we start our typography self-portraits. As you can see, I have my finished self-portrait right here. I have filled in all of the lines and shapes that I see in my face with different words that I think describe me. Before we start this though, we are going to do some practice on these examples right here. You can use this as your practice example, or you can use this side as your practice example. So I'm going to use this side as my practice today. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my clear sheet of plastic and I'm going to tape it on the top and the bottom so it doesn't move around on me when I'm trying to write my words. So I'm going to tape on the top and wrap this tape around. And I'm going to put one piece on the bottom and wrap it around. It's okay if it covers some of the face. We're just practicing on this person, so we just want to focus on the big features of the face. So we're going to use two different types of Sharpies today. We have a thicker Sharpie with a bigger tip, and we have a skinnier Sharpie with a skinnier tip. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to look at the dark shapes and lines that we see in this person's face and use a word that describes this person to fill in the shapes and the lines in their face. So to keep it really simple, I'm just going to use one word for this person for my practice. I'm just going to use this person's name, Taylor Swift. So I'm going to start by using my skinny Sharpie, and I'm going to look for the lines that I see in her face. So what I like to start with is the outline of the face, the big oval part of the face. So I'm going to start around at the chin, and I'm just going to make really tiny text and go along the outline of her face. Now, as I get up to this part right here, I see a really dark shadow shape right here. So I might want to make my words bigger now to cover up that whole dark shadow part. Now, I've gotten all the way up to this side here. I can keep going with the outline of the face, or I can start to do the face features. Just for my example today, I'm going to show you how to do the face features. So I'm going to go into the eyebrow and the eye. The eyebrow is a big shape, kind of like a long oval. So I'm going to use bigger letters and just fill in the whole eyebrow. Now for the eye, I'm going to use really skinny, small letters and go around the outline of the eye. On the top and on the bottom. For the inside of the eye, it's a really dark area. We call this the iris and the pupil. So I'm going to make really big letters, and I think I'm going to switch to my bigger, thick Sharpie, and I'm just going to write T-S to kind of fill in that big area. Now I think I've pretty much finished the eye and the eyebrow. I'm going to show you how to do the mouth now. So I'm going to go around the outline of the top of the mouth, and I think I'm going to use the skinny Sharpie. Now I think I'm actually going to fill in this whole shape of the mouth with bigger letters. So I think I'm going to start to get bigger. But I'm not going outside of that shape of the mouth. I'm trying to stay inside of the shape of the mouth, and I'm going to get smaller and smaller as I get to the sides of the mouth. Now I think I'm just going to make some regular lines to kind of break up the mouth and the teeth. And then for the bottom of the mouth, I think I'm just going to go around this shape. And then I think I'll make one more line right here. Now for the nose, I think I'm just going to go around this side of the nose, and I'm going to leave this side of the nose alone. And the reason why is because this side of the nose has a really dark shadow area, and this side really doesn't. So I'm going to leave this side alone because it's pretty white. So I'm going to start at the eyebrow, just like I did with the other eyebrow, and make kind of medium-sized letters that come down. I think I'm actually going to stop right there because I see that the shadow has kind of ended. So now I'm going to come around here because I see a little shadow right here for the nose. So I'm just going to do some tiny letters. And then for the curve of the nose right here, I'm just going to make my own little lines that aren't text. I think it's a little bit too skinny to make any letters there. I think I'm going to make a little tiny line here because I see a little shadow for the nose there. Now I'm going to keep doing this for all the lines and shapes I see in the face. Now one thing I do want to show you is that there are some really dark shadows near her neck and her hair. So that would be a big shape area where I could just make really big letters, really big thick letters. And then even on this side of the neck, I could maybe fill in this whole area. And then I think for the hair, I'm just going to put some of my own lines. I'm going to follow these curls that I see in the hair. And just kind of put my own lines in that aren't text. That's okay to put a little bit of your own lines in that aren't text. Kind of do a mixture of text and regular lines. So I'm just looking at the dark areas of the curls and kind of putting some curvy lines in to show that her hair is wavy and it curls around her face. Okay, so I'm not complete yet. I would keep going until I finished all the lines and shapes that I see in her face. Now when I do finish, it should look something like this. I'm going to take the plastic off of my picture and it should look something just like this. You can see the outline of the lines in her face. You can see the dark shapes and areas that I filled in with a big, thicker Sharpie. So that would be pretty much complete. Now I also have the Barack Obama here. This one will be a little trickier, but it's still just a practice. So if you want to practice on this one as well, that is totally fine. I used some bigger letters, some skinnier letters, just like I did in the Taylor Swift. Okay?